Hi, my name is Dina Michael, and I'm so excited to spend some time with you today and talk to you about Impact Leadership Network. I remember 20 years ago or so, I was fresh out of college. I was looking for my next career path, and I wasn't sure exactly what it was that I was going to do. And I was really looking at all my options, and I was invited to an event where I just learned a little bit about money, and it went on to totally change my life. This is an industry where you can make not just your basic goals come true, but you can make your dreams come true. And what we do here is we help people to build financial freedom, but with impact specifically, we are redefining what it means to be a successful entrepreneur in the financial space. So I'm first going to just share with you a little bit about who we are and what we do. This will be really basic, but any questions or ideas, feel free to write that down and let us know, obviously, in our next conversation. But first, if you are currently not licensed, you've never worked in this industry before, I would love for you to just think about where you're at and look ahead into the future and ask yourself what's most important in the next career coming up. And are you open to getting trained? Are you open to getting licensed? Do you enjoy helping people? What are some of your goals? And are you even open to having a business, starting a business, leading a business, running a business? And for some of you who might be listening to this, you are already maybe trained or licensed, or you have experience in this industry. I would love for you to reflect on what you love about this field. What are you familiar with? And what are you looking to do differently? What aspect has been most challenging to you? What are some things that you really want to achieve in the short term, midterm, and long term to see if we can be a part of that story and if we can help you to get to your goals, either smarter or better or faster. So just a little bit about us from like 50,000 feet above. Our vision is to help people to reach their goals. And I know that that sounds really simple, but unfortunately, people are not in the driver's seat when it comes to their careers or when it comes to their financial solutions, their financial education, their financial planning. Most people today out there, they know how to go to work for money. Very few people know how to put money to work for them. And so when it comes to planning, debt management, building wealth, helping people to preserve their wealth, this is our world. This is our language. So just like English is a language or Spanish is a language, so too is the money language. And we're here to make sure that people are speaking it. I say that we are the money discovery company, and that is what we do every single day. Why? Because 78% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. So many people are unhappy at their jobs, right? Monday is the most popular time to have a heart attack because people are stressed out doing a job that they don't enjoy, working for a boss they don't like. 52% of people have debt. Average family out there has about 9 credit cards. Average interest rate on a credit card is about 18%. 44% of families today don't have a few extra $100 just to cover an emergency. That is scary, right? Think about people that are literally living at the very edge of a cliff. That is what's happening. 40% of families have zero life insurance. Only 35 states in our country actually require financial education for kids to graduate high school. So it's no wonder, right? Where kids are graduating and how do they balance their checkbook and how does money work and how to apply for a job. So some of the basics, and this is why we care about what it is that we do, which is financial literacy and financial services, financial solutions in all the major ages and stages of life. So we're meeting people from all different backgrounds, younger folks, people that are more mature. And what we're realizing is that whether somebody just got married or had a baby or lost a loved one, or maybe getting divorced or starting a new business, or maybe they're leaving their job and they're currently in the workforce or they're looking for a new career, all these transitions, it's scary, and people want to know what their options are so that they're smart with their money, whether it's health insurance, life insurance, annuities, college planning, college consulting for folks that have kids, right? Where do we start and what are our options? And getting out of debt. Debt is a big topic, right? IRS debt, student loan debt, credit card debt. What about long-term care? I mean, over 50% of us, especially, by the way, 70% of women are going to need some sort of long-term care at some point in their lives. So we want to have these important conversations. We're not just having any random conversation with people. We're having life-changing conversations, not just for me and you, but for kids and for grandkids for multiple generations to come on investing and retirement planning and business services, wills, trusts, power of attorney. So I like to think about it like a Costco. You know, lots of people walk into Costco with a cart, but everybody kind of puts something different. There's lots of aisles and they've got lots of things in the Costco, and it's the same thing here. We all financial services under one roof, and the goal is not to sell a product. The goal is to figure out where is the hole in your pipeline. How can we help you to plug that hole? And how can we help you to get ahead for and towards your financial future? What I also love is that we believe in the power of choice. We don't work with just like one company or one solution. We are contracted with some of the largest, most well-established companies with great reputations, been around for, in many cases, 100 years plus, A-rated companies. Sure, I'm sure you've heard of Prudential or Allianz or Nationwide on your side or AIG Corebridge. So we work with these companies every single day to set up plans for people that are going to be there for them for the long haul. That's what sets us apart. We're not a captive agency. We're independent. And our goal is to represent you, to figure out what do you need and how can we help you to get ahead. What I also am very thankful for is that this is an industry that's consistently growing year after year. So think about it. You know, if you were to work with a career or get into an industry, you want to work with an industry that has a consistent track record of success. And this is one of the oldest industries in the world. It's the money business, right? Think about it. You know, retail is huge, $26 trillion strong. Real estate, lots of folks out there got their real estate license. Real estate is very cyclical, right? It's up, it's down, it's hot, it's not. There's actually no residual income. But anyway, financial services is massive, over $100 trillion. And by the way, in the next 5 to 10 years, we are sitting right now at a very exciting time. We're sitting in a moment where we're seeing the largest wealth transfer ever in the world happen in the United States of America as baby boomers are transferring assets. Over $80 trillion in the next few years. And there's not a lot of folks entering this industry. By the way, we don't have enough women, we don't have enough minorities, we don't have enough bilingual professionals. So there's a huge gaping need in our industry. I remember reading the book Cash Flow Quadrants years ago, and it really got my light bulb turned on. And I remember thinking to myself, wow, 90% of America is on the left side of the fence right here. They're either an employee or they are self-employed. And by the way, 90% of the wealth is on the other side of the fence for business owners and investors. That's when I started realizing, wait a minute, I don't just want any day job. I don't just want to be a worker bee and be self-employed for the rest of my life. I want to build a business, a long-term business that's bigger than me. And I want to learn the language of business, and I want to learn the language of investing, because as a business owner and an investor, I'm having my time and my money work for me and provide passive recurring residual income. And so I would love for you to think about that concept as a whole. You know, are you investing your time right now wisely? Are you investing money as well? Or are you starting a business? Or what are you doing today to position you to really build financial freedom for you, for your loved ones, and to create a lifestyle for yourself of freedom of time? And I started thinking about what I wanted for my future, and that got me moving forward in a path to get me toward the direction of my dreams. This is an industry that doesn't just like fulfill your basic goals, but it can help you achieve your biggest dreams. Most people don't start businesses because they think it's going to take an initial investment that's maybe significant. They don't have a lot of savings to start a business, right? They don't have an enormous amount of time to spend decades and decades building up a company, you know, hiring a lot of employees and a staff and taking that all on and taking on risk. And I'm really thankful for our platform. This is a platform where you can build up a business and leverage a system that's already in place to teach you the money language so that you can learn for yourself, make a difference, and build something that you're proud of that lasts a lifetime. And that to me was something that I was able to not just buy into, but invest my time into so that I can know that this is unique, it's different, and it's not like all the other many businesses that people struggle with on a daily basis. So why us? What I love is that we've got a lot of mentorship. This is an industry where you can work from home, you can work remotely. We've got awesome training. uncapped income. There's a huge need, like what I talked about earlier, for people to learn about how to save, how money works, how to protect their loved ones, how to create a legacy. You know, people need coaching in this, and there's a low barrier to entry. We can provide the training, the licensing, and all of the support. I love that we're a team, we're diverse, it's fun, we're constantly working on personal development, and we're talking about things that matter. That's what I love. We're not just here, you know, to just, you know, work, and get to a goal. It's really enjoying this journey and doing it with people that we like, we get along with, that we trust, and really building relationships along the way, and doing it, like I said, you know, one day at a time, and being present in this moment, life at impact. So here's where, like, when you think about all the many ways that we get paid in this industry, there will come a time and a place where we show you our resources, you know, our infrastructure, our system, our technology, our marketing, but just know that there are lots and lots of ways that we get paid in this field. And we will, you know, we do have full training on that, but just to kind of give you a little example, I'll give you a little flavor for now, but we get paid personal income, also agency income, expansion income, bonus income, and recurring income from ongoing business from, you know, years back. So I'll just give you a little simple example, but what's great about our model is that the system that we run, it's a step-by-step flow where we have a standard in place for exactly what you're going to want to do in your first 30 days. You know, what kind of training, what kind of licensing, and then from there, after the first 30 days, how to become really independent so that you're making income in this industry and you're doing it the right way. So we have opportunities with partnership within your reach, and we know how to do it, and we have all the tools that you need to get it done, such as classroom training, like ongoing live training. When I say classroom these days, it could be classroom on Zoom. So you log in and you learn. And of course, we have pre-recorded videos, and we have step-by-step coaching on how to help pass either your insurance exam or your investment exam, or both. We have training on business development and leadership development. I mentioned mentorship earlier, but most importantly, hands-on training. We call it field training, so that you're really acquiring real world, real life skills, so that you with experience are able to do what we do in action on your own. What I also love about our model is that what makes us unique is we go all the way to the top compensation. You know, we've seen a lot of what's out there, and for most folks out there, they have a capped income somewhere in the middle of this grid, but we pay out full 100. And what's great about that is that the grid is designed so that the majority of people can get the majority of compensation. What does that mean? That's for maybe another day, but we pay all the way to 100% with generational overrides as well. And you can achieve the highest production guideline as what we call a builder, as a producer. So even if you were just working with clients only, you weren't in a management role or a broker role or an entrepreneurial role, you were just maybe even part-time or full-time working with clients, you're able to get to the top compensation and also do so on the referral program as well. So we have very unique build out that is open architecture, and it's not a one size fits all. And we're all very thankful for that, because, you know, this is not a one size fits all kind of world. But here's just a really quick example of what if you got training, you got a license, and you helped 4 clients to save in an IUL plan, $250 a month. Here's just a quick example of some of the ways that we get paid. This just shows an income for a licensed associate, just a brand new starting out compensation level at the lowest comp level, $6,000 a month. That's $72,000 a year in our industry. That's really powerful to just start out. And of course, if there's more clients and you get a promotion or two, you can go out there and make more than 6 figures. And again, that could be part-time or full-time. What I love is that if you've got management skills or leadership skills, now, you know, more of a manager, otherwise known as a broker in our industry, 4 clients with 4 agents doing the same, that's over $200,000 a year in income. And of course, climbing. So if you're in leadership of about 10 agents, we're looking at nearly $50,000 a year. Pretty strong. But like I said, this is just an example, and there are folks that do significantly more than this, and there are folks that do less than this. And here are some examples so that you can just kind of think about this in terms of your own schedule and what's possible for you. Option number one is not even on this list here. It's for everybody, where if you want to do a free money discovery, do your own financial plan and actually check out the food at the restaurant. I really recommend it. What we do is we help people to go through this money discovery journey. We have awesome tools where you can have a money conversation. And I feel like that is the starting point. That is for everyone. Now, at the same time, if you want to maybe get a license, learn a little bit about money, and possibly refer, maybe partner up with us in that way, you can do that too. But our main career opportunities are for people that want to be either a financial professional or be in leadership. And this is more entrepreneurial, building a business with unlimited agency size, unlimited scaling potential, real opportunity for incentives, and fantastic income that can last a lifetime. So step number one is, if any of this was interesting to you, you want to start out by applying, let us know on our website that you're interested in the next conversation, set up that interview, join the team, right? Have access to the platform and all of our tools and resources, and let's help you to launch, right? Get some mentorship and get some support so that we can help you to make that impact in your world and in the world of others. I really encourage you to check us out online, go to our website, and also online you can request our book, The Money Discovery. Read through that, learn more about our company. Like I said earlier, write down questions, set up a time to get the answers. We look forward to supporting you on your journey towards financial freedom. We'll see you soon. Have a good day.